Hey, hi everyone, it's Gabriel from St. Cloud Nursery. I hope your Thanksgiving was awesome. Mine was kind of interesting. I have a very interesting family, so I'll share some of those stories later. But no, it was nice, and I think I gained about 7 pounds. I actually today threw away whatever desserts were left. I know, I almost like had a seizure doing it, but I knew that if I didn't, I was gonna keep going in there and evening out the pie, evening out the cake, you know, one more cookie. It's a small cookie, it's a broken cookie, calories leaked out. I have struggled with trying to lose a lot of weight, but because I want to be healthy, I have, I'm in my 50s and I have a 7-year-old, and I need to stick around for a long time, and I need to be healthy. Doing so, I need to eat better, I need to take better care of my body, I need to exercise more. And now that the cold and the rain is coming, I find myself not getting out. I do have a baby that's back for baby hospital. It was a baby I made a while ago. Here, I'll show you. And the person I sent it to thought that the baby would have gray eyes, and she told me when I got it, it had brown eyes, and there's no magnet. Sometimes that magnet will come loose, and usually what happens when it does is I will send a little tube of E6000, and this is an idea I got from a doll forum, and some instructions on how to reset the magnet, and another zip tie. It's very easy to do. But this person said there just is no magnet in there. I've tried to put the pacifier all over the head. I'm not seeing a magnet, and I'm really disappointed that these eyes are not gray like you said they were gonna be. I got the baby back. The eyes are gray. Some people see color differently. I don't know. They are gray eyes that I use a lot. Nevertheless, she said, oh, and I really wanted a blue-eyed baby. Now, I may sound like a not very nice baby maker, but I don't do customs. For me, this is fun. This is relaxing. It's me switching gears from what I normally do. And when I make the baby, I like the process. I like grabbing a sculpt and just kind of seeing what's gonna happen, you know? And it's so much fun to see who gets born. I know it sounds cheesy, and you know, maybe I'm being silly, but I love like being done and going, wow, I didn't know that's what you were gonna look like. It's like I'm not in charge really, but I know I am, but you know what I mean? You never know. I could paint the same sculpt 5 times and it will always come out different. I like that. That's what I do. That's what I have fun. And it's my expression. And I feel like making a baby to somebody else's specifications, which I do, for if somebody's doing a film or a theater project, usually I've got a lot of wiggle room and they trust me, and it's kind of fun. And the challenge is to create the baby that is going to be perfect for that project. They don't tell me it needs to have this and it needs to have that, and I want it to have curly hair and I want it to look like my grandson. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not interested in doing that. It wouldn't be fun for me anymore. I would lose interest very, very quickly. So I don't do all of that stuff. But this is a nice enough lady, and I was looking at the baby for a long time, and I was going to say, nope, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not changing out those eyes. If I start changing out those eyes, I'll be doing all kinds of things, and people will be sending me babies saying, oh, you know what? I don't like that red hair. I'd like you to pull it out and put some brown hair in. And I don't wanna do that. If you're buying my art, you're buying my art. If you want a baby to look a certain way, then I will give you the link and the information on how to get a kit, and you can paint a baby. And I have tutorials that show you how to do it, and it's super fun. But I don't want to be somebody else's paintbrush. I mean, there are people who do it, and God bless them, they have a lot of patience, more patience than me. And I think it takes a certain skill to be able to do a lot of custom work. And I might be kicking myself in the booty and someday be doing nothing but customs and saying, I can't believe I ever said that, what an idiot. But as of today, I just want to make the babies I want to make. And I hope people fall in love with them. So this lady sent back this baby, and it was one of those babies that I had specially priced because the sculpt was really old and the body was kind of weird, and it was kind of lanky, and then I put in a shorter body, and then it seemed kind of stumpy, and it just wasn't up to my standards completely. The painting's beautiful. The hair painting's really nice. But the whole thing put together just kind of put me off a little bit. So I specially priced, sent her back. I just happened to have a pair of blue eyes, and it was easy enough to pop out the gray eyes and put in the blue eyes. I'm not telling her I'm doing it. It'll be a little bit of a surprise. And while she was here, I rooted a little bit of hair on her. The reason why I did it was One, because it's the holiday season and I want to be nice since I'm usually pretty grouchy. And also because I just got some mohair and I just processed and dyed it and I love the way it turned out and I wanted to play with it. So I popped a little bit of that on it. So here is the baby. So this is her. And this is her bit of mohair. I don't know if you can see it. It is so soft. Yeah, and I don't know if you can see her eyes are blue now. So hopefully that mommy will be happy. I was feeling all kinds of not very nice feelings when that baby's head came in the mail. And I had to settle myself down, take a deep breath, and say to myself, you know, Miss Diva, reborn Dolly artist, come on down to earth and be nice. So it was a crazy week of mailing babies last week. I think I shipped out 5 or 6 babies. But this is a good time to talk about, a lot of people say if you're working on 5 babies or 2 babies or 3 babies at a time, they're all going to end up looking the same because you're doing them all at the same time. Maybe that's a possibility, but for me, I don't think it is, just because they're all very different sculpts and I have different visions for all of them. Not everybody's getting the same red treatment, you know. Some babies are getting capillaries, some babies have it a little extra modeling, some babies have light blushing, some babies have dark blushing. It just really depends what I feel like. So I don't think that they all look alike when I work in, you know, a big number. I don't recommend it. It's stressful. I really wish that I was the kind of person who could just make one baby at a time and be very content with that process. But I have way too much energy. Making babies, survived Thanksgiving, put up my tree today. I'm one of those people who takes my tree down on December 26th every year. I just want to be done. Christmas is over. I think it comes from being a kid. Like, do you remember like you would open up all your presents and then the next day, the tree would look kind of sad and naked, and it would remind you Christmas is over. And I think I feel that way as an adult, so I like to take it down as soon as I can, but I also like to put it up as soon as I can. Not my favorite holiday, but my kids love Christmas. Even my big kids love Christmas, and it doesn't matter how old you are as my child. My kids range from 7 to 34, no, I'm not Mormon. In our little Dolly world, it's just supposed to be kind of an inside joke, but again, not meant to be offensive. But yeah, my kids have a big gap in age, and still my 34-year-old still gets a stocking full of yumminess and still gets presents from Santa. Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird that way. I'll put in a picture of what my Christmas tree looks like. This is my living room, and I know it looks kind of dark, but that's because I have a really dark charcoal gray wall. And I live in a very small house, so we have to get one of those very skinny, tall Christmas trees. We can't go out to the Christmas tree farm and get that big Easter egg looking Christmas tree with all the crazy limbs and stuff. We would not be able to live in our living room. So we have a fake tree. Well, we have a couple fake trees. And they're all pretty skinny. And then I switch them out. I have a flocked tree, which is about 1 million years old, and it has the saddest flock. That's the one we're using this year. I might reflock it next year. And then we have just a regular green one. And every year I let my kids take turns picking what our color scheme is. I want my kids to have fun. So I say, you pick the color scheme and I'll work with it. And they usually pick a theme and a color. And I'll give you an example. One year, my youngest daughter decided she wanted an ocean-themed Christmas tree, and she wanted everything glittery, silver, and mermaids and starfish and all this stuff. So I happened to have an old vintage silver Christmas tree that I bought at like a thrift store. So I pulled that down. So we did this silver Christmas tree, and we went to one of those Black Friday 70% off ornament sales, and we got everything they had that was like that Italian glass, you know, delicate stuff that was all mermaids and starfish and all that kind of stuff in purples and pinks and blues. And it was really loud and it was really sparkly, and I thought, oh, this is just way too much for humans to have to look at for a month. but it kind of grew on me. And the fact that it made her so happy, and it wasn't those traditional Christmas colors. We all got along fine, and it was absolutely one of my most favorite Christmas trees. One year we did brown and orange. I don't know whose idea that was, but it was supposed to be like a forest Christmas tree. So we did the big tall green Christmas tree, and we made pine cone ornaments, and I got these big orange velvet balls and these big brown velvet balls. And what else did we have? We just had all these little forest animals all over the tree. And another year it was red and white and all candy cane, and that was really, really cute. And back in the 80s, I did like country Christmas tree, probably one of my most hideous Christmas trees ever, with like wooden ornaments, and, you know, we'd strung popcorn and cranberries. It was just like, ugh. Wasn't one of my favorite ones. Another one of my favorite ones was we did a butterfly Christmas tree. We did monarch butterflies, feather butterflies all over the tree. It was so pretty. I really, really loved it. It was just, it didn't say Christmas at all. It just said spring. It was so pretty. This year, my 7-year-old got to pick, and it was kind of throwback. He wanted an under the sea Christmas tree, and he wanted green and blue. And so we found like green and blue and teal stuff in our ornament box, because we've been doing Christmases for 30-something years. You can find, you can just kind of like cherry pick what you want out of those boxes. And we went to like the Joann 70% off sale and got a bunch of cute little seaside ornaments. So we did the flocked tree because he wanted the flocked tree, which I told him, flock under the sea, not a match, but you don't argue with 7-year-olds. So he wanted the flock tree with these colors, and it turned out really cute. I mean, it's very, very subdued, and it's, yeah, it's cute. You know, we'll put the presents under the tree little by little and hope our giant dog does not eat them. Okay, I am done. I'm done blabbing. So what I think I'm going to do is pause this, go grab the 7-year-old, grab the hat, and let's find out who won the gorilla. This is my son, and I think that with the new YouTube rules, he's not going to be able to ever be on camera again because he's under 13, but I don't think they've gone into effect yet. So we're going to have him on so you guys can see him pull the lucky rabbit out of the hat. Just one, okay? They're flying everywhere. Who do we have? Let me put on my Simpson glasses here. Ella K. Bella. So if that is you, Ella, I am going to private message you, and we'll make arrangements to send the gorilla to you. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for playing. It was so much fun. I will make another video to talk about the avatar next month, and have a great weekend.